Okay, so then what I do is I take my sponge, I dip it in the water, and I wring it all the way out and put just a little bit on the inside center of my wheel. Kind of looks like maybe I just put Windex on it and wiped it away. That's about how wet you want it. You're gonna lean over, look straight down at the center of your wheel, take 2 hands, and then you're gonna get it. I know, I am so graceful. Thank you so much. Okay, so then I'm getting a little slap and turn. And this is really gonna ensure that it's in the middle. Wow, I got really ambitious with the size of clay I picked for myself. That's okay.
Yeah, do we have to use that?
No, you're gonna use the ones that are in there that are about a pound each. This is apparently for dramatic effect. Okay, so then there's 4 main steps. Center, enter, open, and pull. So the first part is centering, and the first part of centering is coning. So I'm gonna put my hands securely on my legs, and I'm gonna put both hands on my clay, and I'm gonna squeeze towards the center and up.
Looks like a volcano.
I can never do that. That's why I need to practice on it, because I've always wanted to do that.
Oh, can I take the afternoon slot then?
Can you what?
Take the afternoon slot again?
Since Vinny doesn't want it, yeah. All right, so then you cone up, and when you get nice and tall, you're gonna take your right hand, put it on top of your clay, and your left hand becomes a retaining wall that goes down there. And you're gonna, doesn't matter, push down right in the center. So see, I still got a little bit of wobble, so it's not all the way centered. The goal of being centered is to have everything kind of piled in the middle, but it doesn't have that shimmy to it. So I'm gonna cone again, so I'm gonna squeeze everything up. And then I'm going to take my right hand, put it on top again, and push straight down. It's getting there. Looks pretty centered. Is my bucket in the way, or can you see? Okay. All right.
I remember once I did something decent, and then I used the wire to get it off, and I cut it like...
Right through the bottom. Yeah. I do that all the, well, not all the time, but enough times where I'm like, oh, I can't believe I did that again. All right, so we are centered. We're all in the middle. We're in a hockey puck shape. I do not have a wobble. So I centered, now I'm gonna enter. So I'm gonna take both of my hands, I'm gonna put them right on the sides of my clay. My thumbs are gonna kiss, and they're gonna push right down in the middle. But you don't wanna go all the way down because you need a bottom of your pot, right? So I have centered, I have entered. Now I'm gonna slow my wheel down just a little bit.
Stop! No, I was just joking. Okay.
Do I need to come over there?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I just did it. I did it a little too loud. I did it too loud.
Okay. Let's be respectful to the other students that are trying to watch a demonstration, okay?
Okay, we are.
Thank you. All right, so then I'm going to, I centered, I entered, now I'm going to open. So the open is like, so if this is my pot, right? And this is my hand going into the center of the pot, I'm gonna swoop towards my belt and then pull up towards my belly button. So I'm gonna swoop towards my belt and then pull up towards my belly button.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so perfect.
And then I'm going to take my sponge and hold it like a little raccoon. I'm gonna put it in the center of my pot. So if this is my pot and this is the center, putting my sponge slightly on the bottom, and I'm pushing out to one side and then out to the other side and then out to one side. And this is really slow. And this part is like with a little bit of pressure. So enough pressure that I can smooth out all these bumps and ridges in the bottom of my bowl, but not so much pressure that I open it anymore, that I like put any more depth in there or make the hole go through the bottom, right? So this part is called adding compression, which helps prevent things like the S cracks in the bottom of our pots. If you made a pot and then you get it back from the kiln and it's got like this kind of, not like even a straight crack, it's like a little crooked crack on the bottom, that can mean that you didn't do enough compression. So this is like, I would say go back and forth 7 times, real slow. All right, and once the bottom is all compressed and smooth, then the next thing we're gonna do is pull, but we're gonna slow our wheel down even more first. So for this part, our left hand always goes on the inside and our right hand always goes on the outside. So you can do this with 2 fingers, you can do this with your knuckles, you can do this with fingers and knuckles, you can hold a sponge in one hand or both hands, whatever feels the most comfortable. Just know that when we do this, we gotta make sure that the whole time our elbows are tucked in, our legs are on the wheel, our arms are down on our legs, and our left hand is on the inside of the pot. And while we're doing this, our thumbs have to be touching. So whether they touch like this, or like this, or like this, or like this, which is where mine typically go, they'll be somewhere like your hands will naturally want to fall. So as long as they touch each other, it's a brain trick that tells our brain that our hands are one instead of separate. So that way they move at the same speed. So to pull, we're gonna get a squeeze on the bottom. So I'm gonna do more pressure from the outside than from the inside. So I'm gonna squeeze on the bottom and then see this little ridge that I made from that squeeze. I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna keep my fingers that far apart because that's what that squeeze is, right? And I'm not gonna change how hard I'm squeezing. I'm just going to slowly take a deep breath and I'm breathing while I'm doing this. And I'm gonna essentially use my hands to lift that ridge up. All the way to the top. And when I get to the top, I'm gonna release my pressure a little bit.